Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel today. If you enjoyed this review, please drop a like and please subscribe down below. I appreciate all the support from everybody. And before we get into this review, just one quick thing I want to say is I'm sorry if you guys hear any white noise throughout the video. It is very, very hot today. I'm shooting this video about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be about 100 something today, so we're getting a heat wave. I'm not trying to shoot a video late, plus it gets really hot. I have the AC going and it's still been kind of warm, but what we have is a Nike Air Force One, and if we flip it around, it is a Nike Air Force One 07 LV8, white, black, simple colorway, men's size 12, and the retail price was $110 US. And besides the colorway, this pair was kind of special, at least to me, and the release was actually pretty decent. This came out a while ago, so this is an older review, July 17th of last year, 2020, and the retail price was $110 US. And this is what we are looking at today. So if you guys did not see one of my recent videos, I reviewed a Kyrie Irving that was part of this series. It was New York versus New York, which is in representation of the New York versus New York City basketball tournament. The first one took place in the summer of 2017, and we have some patches that come with the shoe, which I want to show first. On top, you have Gersh, which is actually Gersh Park out of Brooklyn. And you have a couple other teams represented throughout the city's boroughs. You have Lincoln Park, Tri-State, you have West 4th, you have Dykeman, and then you should have Watson basketball somewhere in here. And these all are obviously Velcro on the tongue and can be swapped out. And if you guys watch a little bit more into the video, you'll see some stuff on these. So some of the teams out of the tournament, like I said, we had Watson out of the Bronx. You had Dykeman Park out of Inwood, Manhattan. You had the West 4th out of Greenwich Village, Tri-State out of Harlem, and Gersh, which is here out of Brooklyn. So overall, it's a big homage to New York City basketball, street ball tournaments, some of the best players throughout high school in the city. And it's a very special way to showcase the younger talent through the city, that's not college, professional. And overall, I love what they did with the Air Force One. I know it's very simple. It's an all-white leather upper. You have a little bit of black tumbled leather treatment going across the swoosh, and that New York versus New York with the swoosh checked out in the verses on the back heel area. White midsole with white stitching. Your black Air accent. All black outsole. Nike swoosh right there. Flipping around to the back, it's a white leather heel tab with the black Nike Air stitched in. Your medial side, once again, is an all-white leather. This is basically all flat leather, with this having more of a safari treatment or tumble treatment. This feels a little bit smoother. It's almost not like a leather. It's almost like a Nubuck, Durabuck leather. It feels a little bit different than the upper here. But I will say, if you take a look over here, as I push down on the leather, it's pretty smooth. The quality on these is not bad at all. These actually restocked recently, which is why I grabbed a pair. And I think it's a solid Air Force One to add to your collection, especially if you're from New York like me. It's just a homage to my home. I'm not there anymore. And yeah, someday I would love to move back to New York. I just moved out because the cost of the city, things were going crazy over there. And I moved out a while ago and decided to go to college in California and moved up to Oregon. So now I'm kind of bouncing around, and I would love to go back to New York. It is my home. I grew up there my whole life. I love the city. And this is basically paying homage to that whole era of New York basketball. Going up, you have a canvas white tongue, white laces, and the cool touch here is you have this kind of steel New York versus New York lace dubre, which is really nice to see. Underneath on the insole, it's all black with a Nike swoosh. Now, the one thing I wish they did here, like if you saw my Kyrie video, they actually did an insole with the street court from one of the parks as the insole, and it showed a couple of players in the court and went all the way up the insole. I wish they would have done something like that with the Air Force One, but I'm not going to get too picky about that. Other than that, there's not too much else to mention. It's a pretty simple colorway. A couple of the New York details across the sneaker. Once again, the coolest thing probably about the sneaker is the fact that you can swap out the patches. And maybe if you are from New York, like I am, you can represent certain teams, certain areas, whatever borough. So, I mean, I really like what they did with this package. I think it's a solid Air Force One. I had to pick one up. I actually didn't get one for retail when they originally released, and since they're restocked and I was able to grab them for retail, I decided now's the time. Put them in the collection, keep them. These won't go anywhere, of course. I'm adding these to another pair that I have, which I don't know if I shot a video on the Air Force One High Harlems I have. It's kind of hard to remember all the videos you shoot when you've done over 200 of them so far. But other than that, I'm going to let you guys go and stop rambling on. I really love this Air Force One. I want to hear what you guys have to think about the New York versus New York pack. We do have a Nike Dunk releasing this month. I believe it was towards the end of August. They could be backed up again, but that's also part of the New York versus New York pack if you saw that photo. But other than that, let me know what you guys think of these down in the comments. I'd love to hear from everybody, get some conversation going. I appreciate all the support. I hope you guys stick around. I have more content coming shortly, and I hope everybody has a great day. All right, bye.